Welcome to AgriVista, where we explore topics in agriculture. This show is produced by the digital media students at Buena Vista University, where our focus is developing your future, one experience at a time. Today, I'm speaking with Al Patten about the use of financial documents by ag professionals and farmers to successfully plan and manage a business. Now, Al, why should finances be considered when making management decisions for a farm?
Well, Josh, it's good to be with you today. A farm is just like any other business. That farm's going to generate some revenue through the sale of their produce or the services that they have. So for a farm, that's corn and soybeans and cattle and hogs. And then, of course, like any other business, they got to meet all their expenses. And so to be sustainable long term, that farm needs to generate more revenue than their expenses. We like to break those expenses into two groups, the variable costs and the fixed costs. Variable costs for a grain operation would be things like their fertilizer, their seed, their chemicals. And the fixed costs would be things like their land costs, their machinery costs, and family living, things that are harder to control.
Yeah, so you talked about like those fixed costs and those different kind of aspects that we can break these documents into. So can you give us further examples of like different forms these documents might take?
Yeah, sure. Well, the most common forms are going to be in the areas of balance sheets, which is just a list of all your assets and your liabilities, and then income statements, which show your income and your expenses, and at the bottom line, are you profitable or not? It's a great question right now in agriculture because we're at a pretty good time where we have some profits, and a key management decision that producers will face is, when should I expand? Should I replace some equipment? Maybe should I buy a farm? And some of our producers will use their financial statements today to make those decisions. We also believe that the most astute financial managers will save some of those profits right now. They'll save them for a rainy day because we know there'll be cycles that'll be coming. So we put them aside in a savings account, and in the financial management world, we call that working capital. But that's really what it is. It's a savings account. You set it aside for a rainy day when those cycles come.
Yeah, so you talked about making those different accounts and setting kind of funds aside for those rainy days. So how can farmers make those spending decisions to put money away or get a new piece of equipment?
Yeah, those are really difficult decisions and key management decisions for a farmer to make. I've got a great example of that happened just recently with us here in Northwest Iowa. We had one of our producers that was thinking about trading combines. And he came to us not asking if he could get a loan, but asking for some help in making that decision. He had 4 choices that he had already figured out on his own. His first was to keep his old combine, which was pretty old, a lot of repair bills, and not dependable when he needed it. Second choice was to trade that combine for a brand new one, which was going to give him a lot of debt and a big loan payment. Third choice was a lease, which was kind of like renting that combine, maybe not ever intending to own it, but smaller payments. And his fourth was he had been approached by a neighbor to think about sharing a combine. And there were some advantages and disadvantages for him of that, but I was really impressed with his financial acumen in thinking through those 4 decisions.
Thank you, Al, for clearing up this topic for us, and thank you for joining us here at AgriVista. For more information on building your future in agriculture, visit www.bvu.edu.